So we are going to. Hey, Vlog Nation. Okay. So we.
You interrupted him just for that?
Go for it.
Right.
Great.
You thought you were recording, but your muscle was
Ryan,
recording.
Ryan, can you grab that? Hand it to me. Hand it to me. Oh. You think I can make it?
Yeah.
All right. We are doing 1.7 today. Okay. We're doing 1.7 today. Okay. On Monday, you will be getting your Unit 1 or Chapter 1 review for our first kind of big test. Okay. And it'll be 1.1 through 1.7. Okay. Is what the test will be over. After that, we will move on to inequalities. The test. Let's see, if you get the review on Monday, actually probably will have you take the test on Friday. Okay. I'll make sure I've got a sub, but as long as I've got a sub, you'll take the test on Friday. So be prepared for that. We'll check our reviews. The reviews are long, so you'll have all day on Monday. Okay. You'll have probably half the class period on Wednesday to finish your review. We will check it together in class, and then you will have it to study for Friday. Okay? Yeah. Nice. We'll talk. What's up?
I spelled algebra.
You spilled algebra on it? Spelt? Oh, spelled. I think spelt is not a word.
Yeah.
I think it's just spelled. Spelt is the southern way to say spelt, I guess. There you go.
Is there medicine for dyslexia?
Okay.
I want to pick my dad.
Literal equations. Literal equations is kind of a. It's more of like a physics used technique. Okay, you will do this a lot in science class. Okay, over the next 3 years for you guys. Today's the 29th. It's always algebra 1. And if you want to put less than 1.7, you can. Okay, and this is B1. Okay, literal equations are equations with multiple variables. Okay, so below that, we have two equations. We have one on the left that says 2x minus 5 equals 13. And on the right, we have ax minus b equals c. So the one on the left, okay, is a normal linear equation that we see. We only have one variable. Whether we fully feel comfortable solving this equation, we at least know how to go about solving this equation. We know that we're trying to find x. We know that we would be undoing operations, getting x by itself and isolating it, and all that stuff. If you look at the one on the right, this is a literal equation. So this is an equation that's it's like giving you a form, or formula, if you want to look at it like that, with no numbers. It's all just variables. So you would still solve ax minus b equals c the same way that you would solve 2x minus 5 equals 13. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and solve the one on the left together. What do we need to move over first? Yeah, we'll need to move all of them. So which one should we move first? We're going to move the 5. So we'll add 5 to both sides. Again, really, really try hard to make yours look like mine if it doesn't. 5s will cancel out. I'll bring the 2x down. It's going to be 2x equals 18. And then the 2 and the x are being multiplied together. So I have to Divide by 2. 2's cancel out on the left. Gives me x. 18 divided by 2 on the right gives us 9. So we have 9 equals, or x equals 9. Now we're going to solve the one on the right the exact same way. Okay. So the reason you would do stuff like this, okay, using ax minus b equals c, is we'll get to it, but you're going to have certain equations. So like the speed formula, okay, how far you traveled per second, so distance over time, okay, that'd be how fast you went, okay. What if you were looking for distance or you're looking for time? You'd want to be able to switch that equation around so that you could solve for different variables. Literal equations, that's really just all that's about. So we're still going to solve for x. Okay, so we still want to get x by itself. So what do we need to add to both sides first? Yeah, b. B. Okay, we will add b to both sides. The b's will cancel out on the left. We'll bring down ax equals, now, can I put c and b together? No, they're different variables, right? So you just got to keep them separate. So we've got b plus c. Okay, now if you wrote c plus b, the commutative property of addition says that doesn't matter. Okay, you can put them in a different order, whatever. My brain just likes alphabetical, so. Okay, now I need to get x by itself. What's happening to x? Being multiplied by a. So how do we get rid of a? Divide by a. Divide by a. A's cancel out on the left. This gives us x. And now, is there any combinations that we can do? Can we combine anything, condense it down, simplify? No, we can't put a, b, or c together. So we'll just leave it as b plus c over a. And that is our final answer. Okay, any questions? Noise. Okay, so let's keep going. So identify the similarities and differences between the two equations. I would like for you, with someone you're sitting close to and that you might work with today, try and come up with at least one similarity and one difference between the two equations that you see. I'll give you about a minute. Ready, set, go.
No, I'm gonna ask Lisa. I want to listen to see that.
All right, let's come back together. So I would like a group to share what they discussed. Let's do any, mini, miny. Gibran.
One answer is a fraction, and there is not a fraction.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're saying, so if we're going similarities and differences, you're saying one difference. I don't know why the way that I wrote that made it look like I spelled it wrong. Okay. One difference is you've got a integer versus a fraction for your answers. Good. What's another one that we see? Daniel. Yeah, they're the same equation. Okay, so we've got some similarities as well. Similarity, apparently, is the way I want to say it. Okay. Okay, so same equation. What else? Brian.
They both have, like one of them's a difference and one of them's a letter.
So another difference is the answer on the left is, we'll just say an integer. Okay. And then the one on the right is a variable answer. Okay. Good. Yeah.
In the second one, all the letters just moved. They don't like even out. They just kind of move.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not simplifying really anything. You're just moving stuff around. Good. Not simplifying. Say variable equation. Good. Any other similarities? I think we've got some good differences. Any other similarities? I can really just think of one more. That's really key. That is actually not one of them. I'm sorry. No, I don't. Yep.
The answers. The first one is a whole entire like if x is equal to this, like you don't have to fix anything or there's
Sure.
nothing else to like substitute.
It's just completely simplified down. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah.
You divided on both of them to get rid of the B next to X.
Yes. Hold on. Make it sound mathier. Think about it in your head for a second. Hold on just a second. Okay. First equation is, oh no, is simplified. All right, Yenny, go for it.
You do the same steps to get rid of X. I mean, not X.
Yes. You undo operations. Okay.
No.
That's really good. Okay, so you undo operations the same
You messed me up.
on both. Okay, so the differences, okay, if we notice the differences, all really just deal with your final answer, right? For the most part, we've got an integer or we've got a fraction. We've got an integer or we've got variables. Okay, the second one is not simplified at all. You just move stuff around. The first one, we completely simplified it. Okay, all of those are really just talking about the final answer, right? The similarities, what do we notice? It's the same equation, and you work it the exact same way. Okay, so that's the way that we need to look at them. Those are great, great observations. So the nice thing about these problems to me is every single one of these equations is a real equation, okay, a real formula. So number one, what is this formula for? Well, correct, but let's look at what it says. What is A equals LW? Yes, that's exactly right. This is the area formula, okay? Area equals length times width, okay? So let's say that you were given the area and you were given the length, you would want to solve for W. So rearrange this equation to solve for W. So first we got to locate. Where's our variable? Yeah, on the right. And it is doing what? By what? Yeah. So what do we need to move? Yeah, we're going to divide by L. Okay, I'll divide by L on both sides. It's supposed to be an L. There we go. Okay. The L's cancel out on the right, give us W. So your final answer is going to be A over L. Not too bad. Okay. Number two. So number one was the area of what kind of shape? Square. Okay. Could be a rectangle, right? Okay. Could be a well, yeah. So number two, okay, is the area of what? We got base times height. Almost. We're missing one key part with the triangle, and that'd be the half. Okay. So base times height is like these more kind of, well, they're still regular quadrilaterals, but it's kind of just other quadrilaterals. So like a rhombus, a trapezoid, okay, those sorts of things. But really, we would only use base times height for rectangles and squares in here. So it's really the same thing, just said a different way. So still solve for h. What's it going to be? Go for it and do it yourself. 30 seconds. Okay, so we should locate our variable. It's on the right. To get it by itself, we need to divide by base, which is going to give us h equals area over base. Okay, so that should be what we got. How do we feel about that? Good. We're gonna skip number 3. Okay, number 3 is what formula? Actually, you got the rate and the time correctly. Distance formula. Yeah, distance formula. So distance formula is how fast you were going for how long, right? So if I'm going 60 miles per hour, okay, how far did I go in 1 hour? 60. Okay, so that you could use this formula to figure that out. Okay. Do what? That's true. But technically, the distance is still the same. So what would change there, Brian? Your bathroom break time. Okay. I don't want to know how long you're in the bathroom. So let's go number 4. Number 4 is anybody interested in finance? No? Okay. This is an interest formula. Okay. Interest equals percent, rate, and time. Okay. So solve for t. I would like for you to try and do number 4 on your own. Spicy water.
Spicy water. Ew.
Spicy water.
That stuff is disgusting.
Have you ever had
That's
it?
like everything I've read from
I've never had it.
Have you ever had, I've been like, first collection, so I got like, I like this coordinator at my house. I coordinated some water and I put it
Oh,
in the fridge.
no, the chair.
And I put it
No.
in there.
Don't listen to what I
Okay. So let's look at number 4. Where is
Mine
t?
canceled.
Where is t?
Right there.
Right there on the right. Okay, so what do we need to move over? Okay. Did we move it over in, how many steps did it take us? Okay. So here is how you can do this in 1. Okay. If they are all being multiplied together, okay, just divide by PR. Okay. Divide by PR. Okay, the PRs will cancel out on the right. Just give us T. And then you have interest over principal. I said percentage. It should be principal, actually. So you've got T equals I over PR. And earlier I said P stands for percentage. It's principal amount. And I apologize for giving you the wrong information. Okay.
Because he did it once and it was
I would like for you to try number 5 and number 6.
I'm being accused. I'm being framed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching it. It's so freaking weird.
I'm on the first couple seconds.
It's so crazy. Oh my goodness. I am being framed. Daniel is my no.
Witness.
No, there's a word.
How are you learning? It's like the
Oh,
witness is the witness.
I didn't.
All right. So on number 5, this is what we should have.
Wow. Wow. Yes.
Oh,
I was so proud
Thank you.
the whole day.
I did it right.
I need to do 6.
Okay, so there's number 5. Not too bad. Cool. Number 6. We still need time, or are we good? Okay, so let's look at it. So on number 6, okay, we're looking for R. Okay, so R is gonna be required to have 2 separate steps. Okay, because we can't take away the pi and the exponent at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the pi first. Same way I like to eat my Thanksgiving meal.
I don't like these.
I don't. Well, I'll get into my opinions on things. Guys. Okay. I would. There we go. I would like to be able to say the occasional off-topic comment without us exploding for the next 5 minutes. Okay. It's just a squiggly line. Okay, like an accent mark. Okay, and then just 2 lines. Yep. Okay. So we have a over pi equals r squared. Okay, how do we get rid of the exponent? What's the opposite of squaring something? Take the square root. Okay, rectangling it. No. Square root. The first thing you said, Jabron. Okay, so that will give us r equals the square root of a over pi. Okay, so now maybe we need to pay attention a little bit. Okay, so please watch. What's that?
Why would anybody want to know this?
Want to know this?
Or need to know this? Like I don't understand. Just Google it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, for what?
For what?
For what?
Well, I
Like
mean,
the method components.
just understanding the process, but I mean, very few people will actually have to do
I
this.
do understand.
How am I gonna use this in
Okay,
my future?
so do what?
How am I gonna use this in my future?
Well, you'll use it in high school. Okay, quiet, please. Quiet, please. I would like to not defend my job right now and just teach you, please. Okay, a over pi equals r squared. We've got to get rid of the exponent. Okay, so you have to take the square root of both sides. Okay, The square root on the right side will cancel out with the exponent. And so you're just left with the square root of a over pi on the left. Okay? We feel all right about that? Kind of. We can move on. Let's go to the back page. Okay, so these are just slightly more complicated formulas. Okay, you're still working them the same way. You're thinking backwards PEMDAS, so you're moving like addition and subtraction first. Yeah, sure. So on number 9, okay, we're solving for h. How do we get h by itself? What's happening to h? Yeah, multiplication. Okay, so what do we need to get rid of? We want to get rid of b. What else do we want to get rid of? 1/2. So what do we want to do first? Well, so we want to think backwards from PEMDAS, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll be able to do every single step of the backwards PEMDAS. Okay, so we can check for, do I need to add or subtract anything? But there's nothing being added or subtracted here, so we're good. Okay, so you can move on to the multiplication division part. Everything on the right's being multiplied. Okay, or you could say even divided by 2. So how do we get rid of the 1/2? You could divide by 1/2, but what's dividing by 1/2? Multiplying by. Dividing by 1/2 and multiplying by 1/2 can't be the same thing. So what's the opposite of dividing by 1/2? Multiplying by 2. Yes. If I'm halving something, what's the opposite of halving something? Doubling it. Okay. You got to think about what the fraction means. Okay. If I'm cutting something in half, and then I say, what's the opposite of that? It's not putting it back together. It's, I already started with the whole. Instead of halving it, I'm going to double it. So multiplying by 2. You learned something new today. There you go. Okay, so the 2's will cancel out on the right side. You multiply the left side by 2, which gives us 2a equals bh. And now how do we get h by itself? Divide by b. B's cancel out on the right. Will give us 2a over b. And I'll just rewrite it as h equals 2a over b. Okay, what I would like for you to do is look through the rest of these notes, and I would like for you to discuss with your partner which one you would like to see done by me or that we can do together before I give you your homework and let you go.
I thought we give homework once a week.
Nice.
That's what you said at the beginning of the year.
No, he said like 2 to 3 times a week, right?
So every day?
I mean, you'll get an assignment almost every day. But I actually feel like you should not take that one home.
Look how behind I am. This is not okay.
That seems like a personal problem to me.
These two.
Yeah, we've had those for a while, Yenny.
I know. This one's from September 19th. I'm gonna drop my bags.
You think so?
Yeah. My combo was just the ball on the floor. Knees first. Okay. I
All right, guys. Anybody have ones that we want to see?
14.
What was the other one, Daniel? 3. Back on the front. All right, I'll start with 18. Why do we want to see number 18? So number 18 is, in fact, a formula for a trapezoid or a parallelogram. Okay, so a trapezoid, well, maybe a rhombus, is my son's favorite shape. Yes, really. He asks his grandma to cut his sandwiches into rhombuses. Who does that? That's his grandma had to Google like what a rhombus was. Oh no, that's a trapezoid. A rhombus is like okay, but you.
Just like with this sideways. Just make your sandwich this way.
I love that y'all are telling the geometry teacher that I don't know what a rhombus is. Okay, so a rhombus is like a squished square. Okay, so you have the rhombus has two angles that match across from each other, two angles that match across from each other. Okay. Diamond.
It looks more rectangular.
That's
That's
a
a
kite.
A diamond is not like in the like realm of like polygons that we will learn. Like a diamond is like a heart. Like it's a shape that we know, but like it's not like a polygon shape that we really talk about. Can I draw a diamond? Probably not. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Can I draw a heart?
Mr. Bennett, what's a shape?
All right, y'all are so judgy. All right, let's keep going. A shape teacher? You can teach geometry.
Oh, never mind.
All right, let's go over number 18 so y'all have plenty of time to work on your homework. We're solving for B1, okay? So you've got to work outside in, okay? So we have A equals 1/2 times the height, okay? And that height is being multiplied to base 1 and base 2. That have been the sum of base 1 and base 2. So what do we try and get rid of first? I think the 1/2 also. That makes sense to me. So we will multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so follow up. Please listen. Our energy is weird in here today. Please listen. Okay. If instead of 1/2 it said 1/3, what could you multiply both sides by? 3. If it said 1/5, what could you multiply both sides by? 5. Okay. So that will always work as long as it's a 1 over whatever number. Okay. It will always work. So then you would multiply both sides by. You said 2 over 5. So you would have to do 2 steps. You multiply both sides by 5. Then you could divide both sides by 2. Yeah. Okay. And you'll get problems like that, so you'll get practice. Okay, the 2's cancel out. Gives us 2a on the left. Then half times b1 plus b2. The 1 and the 2 are subscripts. Maybe we've talked about them before, but they don't have any numerical value. They're just naming the different bases. Okay, so don't take this little 1 and this little 2 into account. Now, how do we continue to get b1 by itself? Perfect. We're going to divide h. Okay, so I'll use different color. Yes. Oh, it's supposed to be a 2. My marker just stopped working. Okay. So we're going to divide both sides by h. Divide both sides by h. Okay. That'll give us 2a over h on the left equals b. Oh, that's not a b. b1 plus b2 on the right. Okay, now what's our last step to get B1 by itself? Yeah, we're going to subtract B2 from both sides. Okay, I'm going to move actually, I'll just go off the page. You can move your answer wherever you need to if you ran out of room. B2's will cancel out. Just leave us with B1. And then we have 2A over H minus B2 on the left. And that would be it. Okay. B1. Nope. For real, it's not them.
Your favorite class in the whole class?
Nope.
Wow.
Who is it algebra? I mean, not
What is that, A4? Are you gonna be like those other teachers? I don't have one.
No, I have one. Take one and pass it, please. No, not if you finish in class. That's good.
So behind.
Okay, this literal equation worksheet is the last homework that will go on the Q1 grades. Okay, so if you have some catching up to do, some of you,
I'm sorry.
now is the time. Now is the time.
Blame my dance teacher.
Okay, I will.
Giving me 4 hours of dance. Not 1, 4.
Not one.
4 is crazy. We only have 2 hours of football.
I'm like you.
We don't have 2 hours. Yes, we do. It's from like 4 to 6. It's more like 4:30. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Bennett, what happened to practice ending at 5:45?
Practice got started later than we thought it would.
Why?
Because y'all are slow.
Well, okay, blame Mosey for that. You're not here. You heard that blame Mosey for always being bad.
Okay.
And
Probably. No, it's probably between my B1 and my B4.
who's your before?
Uh-huh. That's pretty cool.
My freaking God.
No.
Did you teach us some geometry?
Uh,
Wow, we do our work. Like, show the geometry problem.
Yes, we'll be
I'm
ready
good.
this year. Oh, did Vincent tell you if he wants to do geometry?
yeah, every day.
Oh.
Who is that? Who is that? Who does that? Geometry?
Yeah. Geometry?
Geometry.
My favorite class is geometry.
Yeah, I'll stay here. Oh, what is that? I'll stay here, thank you.
So, is that the shapes class next year?
Yeah, advanced shapes.
That's
That's shape? No, give me, it's advanced shape.
Julie, what does algebra 2 look like?
So what does algebra 2 look like?
For algebra?
We've already done that.
Yeah, what even is calculus?
You also said geometry.
Yeah, I'll pull up a derivative question.
Advanced geometry.
What's today? Oh. Can we do pre-algebra?
You did do this.
No. Well, you see.
That's pre-algebra.
Can we do that? Can that be our homework?
The same way you find it. Why how you do that?
I don't know. Which number? Bro. Oh, it's literally the same thing. Oh. I didn't know you said. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Me and Alex can't say. I can't shut up. I can't say it. I'm putting it right here.
Oh yeah.
Decided to do that, but not saying, hey, this one. So I said, we're anything. No. We're not using anything with that.
They can't say a word that starts and that has letters, right?
Lemon.
So Emmy,
Huh?
they can't say
Sour
lemon,
thing.
they have to say S.
They can't tell you no. Why? Every day.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
Mr. Bennett.
Yeah.
I know that whole song. Yes, by heart.
I didn't teach you how to do what?
E equals MC squared.
No, I was a chick. I figured it out.
How to get rid of the T? How to get rid of that T? So, not this one specifically, but we've done some. You can get it. So, everything on the right side, 2D, is being divided by T. So, what's the opposite of that? So, if you just multiply both sides by T, it'll get that T on the right to cancel out, and then you just multiply the other side by T. And then go from there.
Like this.
Yeah, if I enter E equals MC squared, does that mean I'm Albert Einstein?
Oh,
ST.
This one?
Oh,
That's
okay.
how much? $50?
I don't have that much. Please, I'll leave it.
5 per paper. Are you lying to me? She got me. Because if you had a sugar mama, you have to do that. Or they sugar mama is dead.
That's easy.
That's easy. How much is it? A day?
Mine gives me 1,000.
Okay. My sister's a junior.
She would only be learning this if she's in calculus.
My sister's an algebra.
She will not be learning this yet. So this is the product / quotient rule for finding the derivative. Derivative is the slope of a tangent line. A tangent line is so you have these. So you have y'all know slope. Okay. So slope is all about just singular lines. Okay. So a tangent line is you've got a circle right here. Okay. So hold on. So a tangent line is on a perfect circle. Okay. A straight line can only touch a perfect circle at one perfect point. Okay. And so you can figure out the slope of a circle or the arc of a circle by finding the tangent point basically at every single point around a circle. So that's what this is. No, but that's the easiest way that I could describe it. But you guys, I mean, y'all won't learn this for many years. Good.
Mr. Bennett,
Mm-hmm.
if I answer Google MC squared, does that mean I'm like Albert Einstein?
Just like him.
That's my favorite show. Part of MC Squared.
I want that.
It's a Netflix show. I love that show.
I want that.
Yeah.
It's really good. They wear wigs just like you. Yeah.
Maybe you can use
I like that thing about the very She's my favorite, but the team
Mr. Bennett. Tap not for the captain. Well, if it is for the if you don't win anything, that means we're not for the state. You don't just don't matter if you need
Probably.
Shoot! Miss Clark taught us how to cheat last year.
It says white.
Cool.
Oh, this. She taught us how to use math. Yeah, I use math play all the time. Are you solving a math problem for 5 weeks?
Yes.
Ryan? Leave before you speak.
Period.
Yeah.
What class is that? Is that calculus?
So it's still that same problem. Yes.
Can I borrow Ash for just a few seconds, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right?
What?
What is that?
No. Is it doing the commercial?
No. Wait.
To be honest, that's
We haven't even finished our school. Yeah.
Oh, right. You
I
guys
still
are
need
gonna.
to.
You guys are gonna. You guys are gonna finish in revision.
You can solve that?
Mm-hmm.
Y equals if X plus B.
Whoa.
How do you solve it?
Yes, it does.
I just put yeah, I just put it's Mr. Bennett, what math are you taking in high school?
Calculus. Calculus 1 would have been my senior year. So, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, which is trigonometry and college algebra, and then calculus. I majored in psychology. Uh, mental something. It's the study. It's basically the study of like the brain and how the brain works and like why people make decisions that they make. And white people. Well, actually, unfortunately, traditionally, yes, most of the research is based off of white people. So, do what? No.
What you learned about psychology?
I mean, like getting a bachelor's in psychology is like the first step to becoming like a therapist or a counselor. But I would have had to go to a master's grad school for that.
Did you?
What college did you go to?
I'm currently in a master's program.
You're in college?
What college?
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
Yep.
You're a teacher and you're in a master's college.
My mom's like, what did she say?
I'm not even a graduate from college. Oh,
That was before. That's
What did she say?
she said, who are all of them? And then I said that,
Your mom probably thought that you were like crazy. Because we were all there for the same bite to you. We said, yeah, number 4. Yeah. What? I don't know it. Don't be shy.
That's the answer?
Can I go to the restroom?
Yes. Guys, work on this worksheet. A lot of us are falling behind.